Hi everyone, this is Salima Firasta from Karachista and I am here with Emmad Irfani and we're going to talk about his latest hit drama, Cheekh. Hi Emmad.
Hi Salima, how are you?
I'm fine, so glad to have you on with us.
I'm so glad to be here.
So we've been following Cheekh and honestly I think all of Pakistan is just loving your performance. Shayaan is such a wonderful character and the chemistry between you and Saba is brilliant. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like to work together?
It was very good. She's very good at what she does. And I think there were situations where dialogues were totally trivial and we had to create that environment, that ambience where without even saying anything, you had to deliver the message, the subtext, the turmoil, the emotional breakdown. So it was very good. I think with the help of Badr, we managed to do a good job and I believe that the results are showing now.
The question that's on everyone's lips is that does Shayaan survive? Does nothing happen to him? So many of the fans on Instagram, on YouTube are saying that it's so typical in a drama that you have this character who is doing the right thing and suddenly they disappear.
I don't know. I haven't come across someone ask me about that aspect, but he is a very pivotal role in the story. He's going to become the fulcrum. He'll be calling a lot of shots and he's given story a ray of light, I would say, a ray of hope. So I hope the hope stays.
There's some really interesting characters, from the corrupt police inspector to Bilal's who you just want to slap. I mean, whose performance have you enjoyed and why?
I think it's a collective product that's very good. Every character has worked hard. And the director has a very strong command on the script and the storytelling and the narrative. So I think it's a compound of a lot of things coming together and making that impact. And I believe the audience is giving attention to a lot of details, the kind of feedback that I'm getting. It's quite amazing that the amount of the minute details they notice about it. So I believe, I wouldn't say I've given life to a character, so automatically that would be my favorite. Yeah, Shayaan.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So why do you think that audiences have fallen in love with Shayaan so much?
He has a bond, he has a very deep connection with his wife, but he's in a mire, he's in a dilemma, what to do. So I think it was a challenging prospect for me, to be honest with you. I'll be totally honest. But the sort of person I am, I relish a challenge because I think it's very conducive for my personal growth. So with Shayaan, what made me curious about him was that here was a guy, he lives in the same household, he belongs to the same bottom, same environment, but he shares totally different sort of values and morals. For example, he's not obsessed with chunky Rolex or wealth. For him, what really matters is his relationships and the quality of his relationships. And now he's under so much pressure, and how will he react? So this was one of the few initial curiosity that I got about the character Shayaan.
So a lot of people have been saying one of the reasons that Shayaan has become so popular or so loved is that our expectations from heroes in Pakistani dramas are so low. I mean, generally husbands from Humsafar onwards or even before have behaved terribly towards their wives. And
unfortunately,
and
yes.
The bar is so low, so now when you see a husband on screen who is actually supporting his wife, it is something that people are really enjoying.
Yes, you've answered your question in your own, but I believe why he's being so inspirational is that is how people should be. They should respect their relationship. They should listen to the other person, actually listen to them, not just nod, but actually listen. And I think one of the hardest thing, one of the greatest gift you can give anyone is listening and giving the power of your attention. So he's listening to everyone. He's not disrespecting his brothers. He's not disrespecting his wife. He's listening to them. And I believe it's one of the hardest skill to master, to listen. So I'll say it's as simple as that. He's listening.
like to change about Pakistani dramas? Cheekh has been so refreshing because Saba Qamar isn't that roti dhoti larki who's sort of like just sitting and sort of like not doing anything, and Shayaan is listening. So it's a refreshing change. What would you like to change in the sort of scripts you're getting?
I'm glad that you're saying it's a unique story. It's a story that's different from the other stories. What would I like to change? I would like, because it's a very strong medium to control the minds of people and educate people, storytelling. So we need to tell inspirational stories, stories of triumphs, stories of heroes who bounce back after being defeated, because that is what makes a hero. Even if he's been defeated in a battle, the tenacity to return to the battlefield is what makes a hero than the could have beens. So I think we need to tell stories of heroes who are inspirational, not glorify the villains. Sadly, this is what we lack as a society, probably, not communicating properly and not giving respect to our relationships. Yeah.
Okay, so we have had a lot of questions on Instagram.
Please.
We've had questions from all over Pakistan, from India, from Bangladesh.
Wow.
People are sending a lot of love. They're asking you to post more on Insta. They say you don't post enough. They're saying they love your performance.
Thank you.
And there have been 18 proposals of marriage.
Oh, wow. Wow.
But you're married already, right?
I am for the last 11 years.
There we go.
Yeah.
So sorry, ladies, he's taken. All right, so I wanted to ask you some of the more sensible questions. The first was, what is your favorite character from amongst all the roles you've played up to now?
I would say Shayaan, because this was not a very orthodox role. It was risky. We were not showing a typical authoritative kind of a man. We were showing someone who's rational, who belongs to a family that's dysfunctional, probably because of emotional neglect while being brought up or something. So he had to have very subtle kind of emotional depictions. So I had to work very hard at it, and the way he carries himself, I had to work hard at that. What he feels for his wife, what he feels for his brothers, his sister. This is all the things that you don't get in the script. I made a backstory, and this is a thought process. Every character that I approach, I think, because it's a great responsibility, you're giving life to a character, and that character is going to be immortal. It's going to live forever. You may be gone, but that character is going to stay. So you're stopping time. So I think storytelling is the eternal truth. So I think Shayaan, hands down, Shayaan has to be my favorite character till now.
Awesome. Are you like Shayaan as a husband in real life?
I don't know what standards the bar has been raised, and I find it quite, I would say, hilarious. People are calling him the perfect husband. I don't think that's the reason people are falling in love with him. I think the reason why people are resonating with this character is because he's vulnerable. He has his emotionally weak moments, but having those moments, he's trying to be a better person. He's overcoming his circumstances, and he's giving hope. And I think hope is what we all need. Probably this is the message that the people are getting, that whatever you're going through in life, whatever it may be, how hard your life may be, you can pass it if you stay in your own center, be calm about things, and you're never wrong to do the right thing.
Awesome. What will we see you in next after Cheekh?
Once again, I've always preferred quality over quantity. And it's funny that people are messaging me and saying, you're a sensation overnight. No, people get rewarded in public because they've been practicing in private for years and years. I was 10 years old in modeling when I stepped into acting. And I had to start from scratch. And I did some side roles, I did some small roles, because I thought I needed the practice. I thought I needed the skill level to be where I want to be. So what is next? I think right now I'm going to contemplate and wait for a good script and character.
Awesome. Some of your male fans have been messaging and asking, how long do you spend in the gym?
I spend good 2 to 3 hours when I get the time.
Okay.
Yes, and I think that's the foundation of my personal growth. 8 years ago, I made a pact on my birthday that I'm not going to leave the gym for one whole year. I think that's been life altering because one discipline leads to another, and before you know it, you're like flying with disciplines. So I believe this is discipline that has changed my life.
Some of your fans on Instagram are asking, why don't you respond to your fans on Instagram? How many messages do you get in a day?
I do respond to them. I do try to whenever I get the time because my future depends on how they think. Their future does not depend on how I think. So I do appreciate the appreciation that you guys give me, the love that you give me, because your approval is the most satisfying thing for an artist. I'm sorry if I miss some of your messages, but I'll be prompt in the future.
Do you have any plans to go back to modeling at all, particularly for international brands?
When I started acting, I vowed to myself that okay, there are some similarities modeling और acting में, लेकिन एक model की training एक actor की training से बहुत different होती है. Modeling is more about your good looks, your physique, the way you look. Acting is a celebration of your personality, where you've been, where you are, and where you're going. So what makes me fall in love with acting is it's a lot about your imagination and your personal growth. Whatever you do is work on yourself. Whoever you observe, you're absorbing. Whoever you meet is teaching you something, either to be like that person or not to be like that person. So I think modeling is a thing of a past for me. I'm solely focused on becoming a better actor because as I said before, I'm not a natural. I have to work very hard. And I guess hard work always gives results. You can neutralize what you lack in talent by just sheer hard work.
I think you have to have some underlying talent as well. I think that it doesn't. I think if you don't have talent at all, then no amount of hard work is going to help you make it. So I think you can start off with a little and make it more, but I don't think
Yeah,
you start off
that's
with zero.
that's what I call the compound effect.
Yeah.
1% each day, 1% each day, improve 1%. If you improve 1% each day, in 100 days you'll be improving 100%. In 365 days, how much would you improve? 365.
Yeah.
So that's the compound effect.
Yeah. Awesome. We're hearing about this web series that you're called Mind Games. Can you tell us
Okay.
a bit about that?
I can't really tell you about it because it's just an experiment that I'm doing. Nothing is confirmed as yet. It's in the shooting process. So I can't really reveal much because I don't know myself that way it's going to end up.
Awesome. I think that web series are so exciting because they really do let people experiment. So I do
Yeah, I'm one of them. This is my debut in web series. So yeah, I think anything that broadens the level of the industry for the actors, for the scripts, for the producers is welcome.
Okay, so
Yeah.
finally we just want, I think that your fans want to know a little bit more about you. So we want to have a quick rapid fire question.
Whew.
What was your favorite movie last year?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
And Instagram, or Snapchat?
Of course, Instagram. I'm not on Snapchat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
If you weren't an actor, what would you be?
a cricketer.
Oh, wow. Are you a bowler, batsman?
I was a fast bowling all-rounder.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
Cold coffee or garam garam chai?
none.
Favorite restaurant?
Cosa Nostra, Lahore.
Yeah. Mine too, actually. That's,
Wow.
Yeah. I think, in Lahore, definitely this is my favorite.
That's a big coincidence, I would say. Yeah.
Which brand did you enjoy modeling for most?
Right now, I'm under a contract with Gul Ahmed Latta. So Gul Ahmed Latta.
Which actor or actress would you like to work with?
Internationally, locally,
Both.
it can be a male or female.
Yes.
Okay, that's a tough question. Wow. Robert De Niro, if I have to take one name. Fawad Khan, if I have to take one name from Pakistan.
What is the best present you've ever received?
What is the best present I've ever received? I think my wife and my family.
And what is the ultimate present for the love of your life?
My support, my confidence, and me being there for her.
And where was your last holiday?
Actually, Bangkok.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
when was that?
3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Nice. Where would you like to go next?
I keep on traveling because of work, but where would I like to go? I would like to go to London. This is on my bucket list, to Freddie Mercury's house in London.
Oh, wow. Right. So, you've been in the industry for a while. You started off as a model and you did some international modeling as well. So, what made you turn to acting?
I believe we change out of two reasons. It's either inspiration or desperation. Funnily enough, it was a mix for me. I mean, I was desperate and I was inspired, but inspiration is 90% perspiration also.
Yes.
So I had to work very hard at it.
When you first started acting, did you feel it was something that came naturally to you, or was it something you had to work
No, I
at?
wasn't natural at all. There are people who I envy. They're natural, but I have to work 4 or 5 times harder. I believe in the power of repetition. I believe even if you don't want to improve at something, you do it day in, day out, week in, week out. And over a period of time, you will see this compound effect of going through the roof and improving at, if you have the enthusiasm. Only enthusiasm will get you there. So I was hungry. Yes, I was in a way inspired also to make something big now, because I had so many career changes that it was exasperating for me and the people around me, the promises I had made. And I've seen a lot of failures, and I now believe that failures are partial victories. You can never let them get to you. You have to bounce back, because the only person that's responsible for your future or your success is you.
And is there any message you'd like to give your fans?
Yeah, keep on supporting. It's really humbling to get your appreciation like this, and the kind of work that I do, it's always going to have love and sometimes hate, but we all work hard, we all work for your approval, and thank you so much for giving me the approval finally.